Through the past year, I've made so many different channels, accounts, all types of different things because I wanted to branch out. It was this idea that there was so much value in so many different things I was doing that I wanted to try to get everything done. People are like, oh, the motivational stuff you create is super helpful. So I'm like, okay, bet, let me create more of that. People are like, oh, the freestyles you're doing are so helpful. They're so fire. And I love to see more of them. So I just started creating more of those. And then people are like, drop music. When's the new album coming? So I decided to create more of that. And what the idea originally was I was afraid that people would not know what to expect from me. I wouldn't have a consistent theme to all the content I put out. So I created these different channels and did all these different things. Went live, did freestyles, did music, did motivation, did interviews, did all these different things, tried to play all these different roles. And it ended up with me in this very weird position of kind of being spread too thin, which is something I know a lot of people who watch this channel and me can deal with, this idea of trying and wanting to do everything. And it feels like you can do everything. It feels empowering sometimes. And oh, all I got to do is just do this, do that, and do this. I can do all of it. Trust me, we do underestimate ourselves as human beings. We can do a lot more work, a lot more creating. We have a lot more potential than we actually think. But at the same time, is it that effective to spread ourselves too thin? And I tried to dive down to this reason of why I'm trying to spread myself too thin. And part of it is I wanted to do all these different things, but another part of it was I was afraid that if I tried to do everything in one space, then people wouldn't know what to expect from me and people would leave. So I said, okay, so you want this type of content, do this. You want this type of content, do this. And I spread out all these different ideas into different channels to the point where I was just this, I wasn't even, I didn't really feel like I was that artist anymore. I was just this person fulfilling this job for this channel and then this job for this channel, and just continued that process until it was hard to even see me as an artist. It was hard for me to even feel and realize, what am I doing? Because I was like, I'm afraid to be motivational on my music channel because the motivation's for this channel. I'm afraid to be musical on this motivational channel because the music's for this channel. And it ended up with me splitting my personalities in all these different ways, which was not healthy for me. And the true reason, again, was I wanted to be balanced. I didn't want to take that risk. I wanted to not have all my eggs in one basket. So if one of these things pops off, then at least I'm good. I'm good. I don't have to worry about anything. And the other things will be fine. But a con I began to see is, I was doing my taxes. I just started, don't get mad at me. I just started doing the taxes, and I'm looking at the music income, and I'm like, listen, I can't survive off that. If that was my only income, if that was my only situation, I would be on the street. Music pays pennies. Music pays less than a 0.0025 per stream, maybe. Depending on the platform, music does not pay well. And this YouTube channel that I manage with less than 1,000 subscribers is making 0.00. Everything I've ever uploaded on here, almost 100,000 views, I've not made a penny from. And that's not like that's a bad thing, but I'm creating all these networks. I'm trying all these different things, and I'm realizing, none of my views are at a position where I'm really going to lose anything. I said this in one of the past podcasts that I did, which is the fact that you're irrelevant. Most of the people who are starting out, you're irrelevant, but it's a huge advantage to be irrelevant, because being irrelevant means you can take these risks that big artists with managers, fans, people depending on their income can't, because they have to maintain. But I'm taking this very conservative approach with maintaining and staying safe when I have nothing. I have nothing that's actually affecting my income, or nothing that's actually that huge of a thing. So why should I be behaving with this mentality of, hey, let's stay safe, let's make sure we're good, when I'm not going to be good? None of these million different channels I've started off have given me anything in money. And I know money isn't everything, but I'm just saying, as far as security, I already don't have that with any of these things. So why am I trying to put on this facade of security necessarily, when I should in fact use my biggest advantage, which is risk? And when I say risk, I'm realizing, I'm so deeply scared of dropping a TikTok or dropping a video and having it flop. I'm so deeply scared of that. So I try to make these videos work, and then at the same time, like, balance them. So like, we're also using this and that. And it's very just humbling and painful of experience to try to adapt to all these trends and figure out what to do next. Like, I'm deeply scared of failing. And because of that, I'm afraid of merging things together. But I've realized even a failure in comparison to a success with the level that I currently am at there's not much of a difference. If I get 100 views, people pull hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on content. And I am judging a failure as 20 views in comparison to a success of 1,000. Like, the actual difference of 980 views is very minimal. I'm just living in this small bubble. I'm trying to convince myself that I'm safe. I'm safe if I do X, Y, and Z, when I'm not. I'm not safe, because 20 views will get you, if 20 views was in streams, that's the only metric I know, 20 views would get you 5 cents maybe, and a 980, like, and 1,000 views would get you, I don't know, $2.5. I might be doing the math wrong, but $2.5, less than a Starbucks cup of coffee. I'm sitting here celebrating over $2.5 and crying over 25 cents when neither of those prices can get me a Starbucks coffee. Neither of those prices can get me a meal. Neither of those prices can definitely pay rent. Like, what am I stressing about? And it makes me think, like, okay, so maybe I should not be worrying about views. Maybe I should not be worrying about trying to get the best video. Like, I want to create the best content but maybe I should worry more about other things, because I tried to be the Mr. Beast. I tried to optimize these videos and sit here and be like, hey, I just did this. I just freestyled in front of 10,000 people and did this, and that little swoosh effect, all these different things. And then moving like this, like, subscribe. I just did this. Like, we've heard that. We've heard that before. And I tried to just stay in my lane, create this content I thought people wanted, and just stay in the safe space of, okay, as long as I can just show this part of myself, I'll be just fine. And I don't think that might be the right way to do it. And the thing that makes me think that, okay, that may not be the right way to do it, maybe I've been going about this wrong recently, and maybe I was right all along. Positioning. Positioning is the thing that made me change my mind. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be to other people? That is the thing that is most important. Your values in your life, regardless of whether you're a content creator or just a human being, your values in life dictate who you want to be. Your values in life are also limits that prevent you from optimizing every single situation. For example, if you wanted to make the most money off a YouTube video, you could think, oh, okay, if I exploit this homeless person and make this video out of it, I'll get 1 million views. And maybe you're right. But a value of yours might stop you and be like, maybe that's wrong. Maybe that doesn't fit with my personal value beliefs. So values keep us grounded, but they're also limits that prevent us from optimizing every single situation. If you optimized every single situation and took a Machiavellian approach to everything in life of trying to get the best thing without any values to hold you back, yes, you may have optimized every single thing, but you don't have values. You don't stand for anything because you're just trying to do anything you can to get the result. And to a content creative standpoint, I'm not saying I had no values, but I had definitely less things to stand on. I just tried to do everything I could to reach a result because I wasn't reaching many results. And it makes me realize, who do you want to be? Who do you stand for? And if you stand for anything, then you have to give up other things. Whatever you stand for, you're going to have to give up something. Because if you have any values, then those values will limit you from doing other things. And it just has to be the sacrifices you're okay with making. I sit here and think, I love creativity. I love creating music, creating content, doing all these different things. And I've seen the person that I've become from it over the years. I've seen how I've been able to help other people. I've seen the productivity, like tracking my hours by hour. I've seen how much I can do just by doing what I love, like mentally, creatively, in every other way. I've seen how this, just learning how to create, like I'm even getting not jacked, but I'm getting built. And that's literally just because I learned discipline from creativity and applied it to getting built, like going to the gym. So like I've seen how doing creative things and doing the passion that all the people around me in this college ignore because they don't have time and they have better things to do. I've seen how that changed my life. And I want to help people achieve what they wanted to do, embrace that childish self, dream big, and go after those dreams. And I realize that's my purpose. I realize as I go on, that gives me a deep sense of fulfillment. So it makes me think, okay, I'm an artist who wants to motivate people. That's my number one. All the music, every single song I've released for the past while has either contained themes of vulnerability or possibility. And in vulnerability and possibility, twine together create motivation. So I want to focus on motivating people. And it makes me think, okay, maybe I should do more of these. I should do more of these on this channel. Because they're not these Mr. Beast optimized videos, but they stand for something that relate to the person that I want to be to other people. And of course, they could be better. Of course, we can work on making them more entertaining. But at the end of the day, I have to sit here and say, who do I want to be to other people? This may not get as many views as some optimized, hey, I did this, I freestyled for this many people thing, but it actually relates to the person that I want to be to other people. And in a situation where I'm irrelevant, I'd rather choose the thing that's more true to myself, because what am I really losing by not being true to myself? I really don't have anything to lose, right? So might as well go for the pure artistic level or pure value-driven approach, because that's how when you stand for something, then you stand for something. And it's when you realize a purpose and you work towards that purpose, it's more rewarding and it's going to give you more in life than any optimized short-term reward of trying to make the best thing and trying to blend in and trying to be like this other person just for this many views or streams. It's going to do more for you to recognize the position you truly want and achieve that than try to chase every single high you can. And that's what I'm realizing. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm going to of course, be doing music. Music's going to be a huge part of this channel, but I'm going to approach this channel more from a purpose-driven standpoint of what I want to be to other people and less of a, let's try to optimize this. Let's try to be the best rapper, because I do not care about being the best rapper. I don't. Like, what does that mean? Oh, I can... Harry Mack, give Harry Mack the crown. He knows what he's doing. But the best rapper, okay, that's cool. But like someone who can motivate through lyrics and talking, that sounds way more interesting to me. And that probably is the purpose I want. Everyone is going to have a box for you. People are going to say you should do freestyle, you should do rapping, you should do math, you should be a doctor. People have a box for you. And I talked about it in another video, but the boxes are even harder to get out of when you're good at them. If you're good at something you kind of like, then the boxes are harder to get out of. You think you have to be that just because the results you've seen and just because of how people encourage. At least try being the person you want to be, and not just the thing you're good at. Try the things you want to too, because you could get good at them. I'm not saying ignore the things you're already good at, but try the things you want to do. I don't want to be a freestyle rapper. Like, I don't want to be known for that. I want to be known for motivation and music. Everything I say in these songs is just a reflection of a new, fresh perspective that gives knowledge and hope and positivity to people. That's what I want to do. And freestyling is fun. I just did it today. But just because I'm good at it doesn't mean I should just do it because people want it, And it's this weird thing of like, okay, what's what the market wants? Do what the market wants in order to be accepted in this world. But listen, even if the market encourages me, I'm still going to be making not enough to pay rent anywhere. So like putting that into perspective, the irrelevance, the lack of value financially that conforming to other people in this music world gives makes me realize, okay, well, since I'm irrelevant, I really don't have anything to lose. I really can be this person I want to be. At least give that a shot. I'm not one to say that you do what you want to do, you're going to win. Like, I can't tell you that because I can't predict everyone's situations. But I will tell you two things. I've not succeeded off of doing what I want, but I've mentally become a whole different person off of doing what I want. And I just want you to give it a try. Give what you want a try. See what happens. I'm not saying commit to it completely. I'm not saying do this or that. Give it a try. Because giving what you want to try, especially when you have nothing to lose, is what you should do. And I just failed. I just fell out of that trap now. I'm trying to. But more of these weird, not optimized videos are probably going to be on this channel now because they fulfill a purpose that's bigger than just optimized videos. And that's what I want everyone to understand that. I want to remind everyone of that because sticking by your values and what you truly stand for is more important than any short-term rush. And especially when you have nothing to lose, it's the right thing to do.